Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, let us see some examples related to orthogonal vectors. Let's take an example here. In this example, let us say we have two vectors. Vector u has components 2, 1, 8, and vector v has components 3 over 2 and negative 1 over 6, like that. We want to determine if vector u and vector v are orthogonal, or that means perpendicular to one another, or parallel to one another, or neither of them. They are not perpendicular nor parallel. So maybe they might be meeting each other at an angle. So we'll find out. So step number one. We want to find we know if u and v are vectors. The condition for orthogonality is if we were to take the dot product of these two vectors, and if that product goes to 0, then according to the property of orthogonality of vectors, then the two vectors are perpendicular to one another. So let us test that one out. So in here, vector u, the components for vector u are 2, 18. I made a mistake here. This is not 2, 1. I made a mistake in here. Let me rewrite this. This is not 2. This is 2, 18, like that. Okay? And therefore, we're coming back to the orthogonality condition here. The components for vector u are 2, 18. And then dot, the components of vector v are 3 over 2, negative 1 over 6, like that. Therefore, we will find the dot product of these, and then when we do that, this is how it's going to look like. 2 times 3 over 2 plus 18 times negative 1 over 6. And if that is going to go, that is equal to 0, then the two vectors are perpendicular. So let us simplify this. We have a 2 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator. Those cancel out, leaving us with 3 plus 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So this simplifies to negative 3. So positive 3 and negative 3 cancels out, leaving us with 0. That is what we have on the right hand side. Therefore, vector u dot vector v, these are perpendicular to one another. These vectors, if this is vector u and if this is vector v, these two vectors are perpendicular to one another, because according to the condition, if the dot product of these two vectors is equal to 0, then those two vectors are perpendicular. So in my next presentation, we shall look at some more examples related to orthogonality of vectors.